Hello, how is everyone doing today? Starting stream a bit early today, but you know what? I was just in a good mood, so I felt like starting up. And Dogface Gamer, hello. You actually scared me for a moment with that surprise sound alert. I'm over here typing on something, and next thing you know, I get that blasted in my ear. But how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. An amazing day. I don't know if that's coming in hot in my ear, or maybe I just have the volume up high. But today, I'm doing something different today. We're streaming Phasmophobia today. I'm gonna have some company with me. We're gonna be playing with a friend of mine. And I have to do, doing all right, ready to see you cry. Yes, so I am completing one of my dare drops today, which is to do a game of Phasmophobia with no game audio. All I'm going to hear is my friend talking, but nothing else. So it's gonna be interesting. I haven't died yet. Also, ESPN, hello, and Mathos Rain. Holy crap, we got quite a few people already in here. I hope you all are having an amazing day today. Preemptive tutu. Preparing for I feel like I die every single time I play Phasmophobia. I rarely make it out alive. And I don't know why, but I'm not good with stealth. I'm not good with hiding. But I'm doing good today. I'm about to be joined with a friend who's going to be playing some Phasmophobia with me. And of course, everyone in here deserves a shout out. Everyone deserves to get some hyped up. This is Dragon Ball Z that's playing in my ear right now. I only make it out alive because I hate going inside. We're already predicting my death, man. I mean, I just started up stream and everyone's already ready to see me die. Let's see if my friends are ready for it. Alright. I gotta see if my friends are up and ready to go yet. Before we get started. How do we do? We did awful. I don't know what it was up with that game on with Phasmophobia between me, Sun Donut, MC Ninja Kitten, and Dogface Gamer, but we were not getting anything going on in that game at all. But I'm hoping we get some action tonight. I want to see some ghost action. I should really reword this sentence so it doesn't sound like we're trying to get it on with the ghost. But it didn't seem. I don't think it was ever really unfair at all. Like, I really don't think it was really unfair. It was just the fact that there were some games that really did not have much going on. Though that campground was pretty annoying. Trying to pinpoint where the ghost was in that campground was... You already updated. Why are you updating again? I hate Phasmophobia sometimes. I was running around a house at 0 sanity and the ghost still... True. You were our friend our sacrifice to get the ghost going on. The campground sucks. Let me, as much as I love stream tunes, I am going to be pausing this. And the person I am streaming with today is, make sure I actually spell this correctly, to be honest. I love that so much. I love Shia LaBeouf. There we go. This is who I'm going to be streaming with. They are a brand new streamer, an IRL friend of mine who wanted to get into streaming, and this is their third stream. I want to say their third or fourth stream, but we are going to be streaming Phasmophobia together. Oop. Uh-oh. There we go. Yep, baby streamer. Also, Senpai, hello. I hope you're having an amazing day as well. Imagine if I could talk. Yeah, they are brand new to streaming. I would love to see them get some support and as well. All right, let me close some windows and get this ready to go. Do. All right. They're starting screaming. Was it beer commercial? No drinks tonight. Not till I think I'm off work. Yeah, I don't work Friday, so I'll have some drinks on Thursday stream. Maybe I'll do another late night stream. I kind of enjoy those. But hello. How's it going?
It is going. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just double checking settings before we get going.
Yeah, same.
Uh,
Oh my
do
god.
do remember I am I have to do my first game without any game audio.
Oh, dude, same. I'm joining you in that.
Oh my god, both of ours are going in without absolutely no audio.
Hey, it's not gonna be impossible. It's just gonna be really tricky. I've already been in like the lobby area and walking around here without any audio it's been creepy.
All right, let me mess with the game audio so I can turn it off. I'm done with this Christmas music, so
Oh, well, I guess it's a good thing that we're not having audio then.
give
I'm
us a
trying to
sign.
remind myself how to
Give us
pick
a
up things, how to throw things. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Some of my friends are already lurking over on your stream.
Oh, jeez.
All right, let me get the lobby up. I don't want to switch my screens until I get the lobby set up.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Love you all.
All right, I'm gonna send you the code quick.
Ooh. Oh geez, I can't show the.
All right, I
Wait.
sent you over the code.
All right, give me 1 second.
Oh, no worries, Dogface Gamer.
Hey, I did it. We are back.
All right, now we can finally go full swing.
All right.
All right.
Is it even worth bringing that much stuff in?
I was gonna bring a couple things over. Gotta have some sort of equipment.
Yeah, I mean, might as well bring just a limited amount of stuff so that we like at least we could like find out what kind of ghost it is. So wait, you're Dare, right? We're all we have to do is figure out what kind of ghost it is without dying, right?
Basically, yeah, basically we gotta just figure out everything as well.
Is that
bringing basically the basics right now, like a couple flashlights, EMF, thermal.
okay? Does that include objectives?
I mean, we can attempt some objectives. It depends on the objectives, I guess.
Okay, because that affects what I bring in. Because like the smudge stick, you don't need it in order to find out what kind of ghost it is. Um, You know what? I'm screw it.
Also, thank you guys for giving her
Protect
a
me at all
follow.
costs,
I would
cause
like to see her
did I?
at least get affiliates. I'd love to support.
I
But
don't
what's
feel like I
everyone up
brought
to today?
everything. Why is this? Oh, cause you have stuff, right?
Yeah, I added
Right.
in some
Okay.
stuff. I added in like the EMF reader, flashlight, spirit box, so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, what map do we want to do? Let's do a basic one, like one of the street houses.
Honestly, that'd probably be a good idea.
Let's do Willow. Let's do, yeah, let's do Nightmare, the new mode they added in.
No.
What exactly is Nightmare? Let's check Nightmare. Ghosts will hide one type of evidence. Really? The ghost room will sometimes change. No
Oh
setup
God.
time. Short hunt grace period. Long hunt duration. Oh, damn, the hunts are even longer. Kills increase hunt duration. Oh, so the more it kills, the longer it will continue to hunt? What?
That seems awful. Can we
Love it.
not do that?
Nah, we're gonna do intermediate.
Okay, good. Wait, but I thought there was a beginner.
Yeah, there's amateur. You want to do amateur?
That's what we were doing last time.
Let's do amateur then.
Oh, I guess writing up is a good thing.
Work, work, work. Because she played
Oh
this
yeah,
way more than.
chat. My level is like a ruse. I am not that good at this game.
One
Uh,
of them points out to my
already when you
chat.
are, bud.
One of them already shout out, oh, they can clearly play this game more than you. I'm like, chat says you play this game way more than me.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to. And apparently I load in
Mom,
faster than you
hello.
do.
how, how are you, Mom? Hope you're
Uh,
having an amazing day. I have to remember I'm on push to talk because I keep trying to talk and I'm like, oh crap, she can't hear me.
oh, yeah. I don't even bother with push to talk, honestly. I would just forget to talk and then it'd be awkward because the content would go out the window, but
All right, so you ready for this? No game audio.
oh, hello.
Hello. Oh, they still got a
Um,
lot of the Christmas stuff up.
See, I usually go in with like a thermo eh,
I'm glad you're doing
flashlight.
good, Mom. I'm doing good as well.
Eh,
I'm doing a stream with a mom
did I hit the
moon
door? Oh, I did.
boom
Okay.
scream. What?
Oh God, all the audio cues are just gone. This
Oh,
is so awkward.
you forgot the key?
Oh, did you pick it up?
Yeah, I just picked it up.
Okay.
All right, detect a ghost presence with motion sensor. Not getting that. Get some sort of evidence with the EMF reader, and I don't think we got candles, so we won't get through the candle.
Oh, dude, this is the house we both don't like.
Wait, what house is it?
It's the door house, the glass door house, or whatever.
Oh crap! This is the house where we never get anything going on.
Um, I just realized this is gonna be really, we're only gonna get scared when it starts to hunt. Um, because we're not gonna get scared for like the pop-up shit that goes on.
I'm doing well, Mom. Mom, are you at work still, or are you?
Are you talking with your chat?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, I mean, I wasn't consoling you, but all right, son, let's go.
All right. Yeah, no audio whatsoever. Oh my god, I think this adds to the creepy level.
Honestly, it totally ruins it for me. I feel like I'm walking in my house.
About 3.5
Oh,
hours. Well,
hello.
hopefully work's going well for you. I'm streaming with a friend of mine who just recently got into streaming, and she's been
It
wanting
also
to
just
play
adds to the awkwardness, honestly.
Phasmophobia with me.
I don't think I would ever be able to do this alone.
So I was playing this game Sunday. I think I messaged you during
Oh,
that too. And one of the ghosts we had, kept moving the stuffed animals into different rooms.
DJ, come downstairs.
I don't think I want to come downstairs. Why?
DJ, come downstairs.
I don't think I want to come downstairs. What's downstairs? Oh my God! Is this? Do we have lighters?
Wait, can we do this? I think I have lighters.
This is gonna be like the Ouija board where one of us is gonna die like right away.
Bet.
It's probably gonna be me.
Silent Hill, yeah. Oh my God, so DJ in our last stream, or at least I was streaming last time, he wasn't. There was like, I don't remember what
No
map
audio's
we
gonna
were on,
be.
but the fog. There was so much fog that literally
adds so
looked
much
like
creepy
Silent
level
Hill
to
or
it.
The Mist. It was so creepy. Oh, yeah. Eh. God, this running. Imagine not having the capacity to sprint in a house like that much.
What annoys me is like even when you're a ghost, you still have stamina. It's like I'm dead.
How do I?
So basically, yeah, there you go. You light the lighter and you kind of lean over.
Can I die? Wait. I'm gonna
Alright.
do it while I'm in the circle.
Let
Hold on.
me set up the camera. I want to get this on camera. Oh jeez. Oh my God. The fuck is with that?
Oh, okay. I'm dead.
You died? Oh, what the hell? What? No, you can't leave me here. You can't leave me here.
I am dead. I hath died.
You, how do you half die?
No, I was saying I hath died. Like
Oh, I heard half die.
no, like the old English term or whatever.
Also, did you see what he was wearing? It was like a butcher outfit.
Dude, he's the old creepy butcher dude.
Oh, hey, I found a
there's a-
skull.
It was literally like, oh, there's a skull. And then you're like, oh, wait, a skull.
Thicky banning away, running away. Also, Thicky, my dude, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. Stamina
Really, I'm
when
not
you're
lagging
dead
at all.
freaking
That was what I was
sucks.
worried about, was lagging. I found a skull, a random skull in this house. Ugh. I'm not picking up anything on EMF. Did you? Oh my God, what the hell? Did you? Is that revenge for when I scared you with the coffee mug?
No, what are you talking about? I'm in the truck.
Then who threw the paint can?
I don't know.
What did you? What items did you have? Oh, you had the spirit box. Where are you?
I mean, your sanity level is still good, so I guess keep going.
You mean not seeing my friend die in front of me didn't lower my sanity whatsoever?
Nah, dude, apparently we weren't that close. Apparently you secretly hated me. Run. 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 Yeah, goodbye. You're dead.
God damn it. Well, so we're both dead.
Yeah. Hey, remember when I said YOLO and I brought all my items in here?
Well, at least we can go back to having normal audio.
Oh my God. Dude, I got so much money from that.
How did I get $202?
You only got 202?
Yeah, how much did you get?
332?
Oh, well, what the hell? I'm getting ripped off.
No, it's because I probably... Wait, are we putting our audio back?
Yeah, I was going to switch my audio back on.
Oh, okay.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Mom, yes, Mom, you definitely need to pick this game up.
Oh my God, I can hear again. Oh. This is amazing, and
Wait,
I'm gonna
what am I waiting for?
hit
Yes,
the be right
Thicky
back
Mamba's
screen
here.
so that we can get into a lobby again.
Alright, were setting up or was I going to set up?
I got you. I got you.
Oh, you're setting up? Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I prepared some jobs for you.
Thicky, I hope you're having a wonderful day, man. And for those of you who don't know, I'm streaming with a friend of mine who recently just got into streaming, and we're playing Phasmophobia together. So if you want to check them out, please check them out.
Great. Now I have to buy all this stuff again. This is okay.
Welcome back.
Hey, good thing I have vast sums of money.
Wait, how much money do you still have?
Out there in need of help.
About 4K.
Jesus! Apparently I'm in the wrong line of work.
So what does it give us? Basic stuff. We still need candle, 2 crucifixes, glow stick, cause why not? It's only $20. Lighter.
Alright, there we go.
No one really uses head mounted cameras anymore. Or at least I don't. I don't know about you.
The only cameras I really use are just like the ones I can pick up and put on, set up on shelves and everything. I don't really use the head cams and stuff.
Mm.
Unless you're like playing with a big group, then having the head cams is pretty useful.
Do you need me to buy you a strong flashlight?
I just picked one up.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I will purchase my own. So don't worry about that.
I don't want to buy anything too expensive right now.
I still have 3.9K.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey,
What's up?
next time, like, I'm about to die, you should totally, like, just be like, no, and jump in front of me and die so I don't lose all my stuff again.
Well, the way it happened, I didn't even.
Great, right?
The way it happened was I'm like standing there and you're just standing there like normal, like nothing was happening, and then suddenly you just kind of fell over.
Oh. No, so, like, the ghost appeared, right? It just, like, came, and it was there. I think,
That was.
I don't know for sure, but I think the circle, whatever, the pentagram, it might summon it to kill.
See, the last time I messed with that circle, it happened as the same way too, but I was the one who died that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think no matter what, one person's gonna be dying in that. It's a great way, like,
so-
if one of your objectives is to take a picture of the ghost, it's a great way to get a picture.
Right. Just
came.
run like hell.
It came
when
for
you're
me,
done.
Mom. It came for me.
Oh my god, I can hear myself again. This is so good. Oh,
What's up?
question.
Yo.
Were you dared to win, or were you dared to just play one round?
I was dared to play a game of Phasmophobia with no sound. That was it.
Okay, good. So technically, we did it,
Yep,
right?
we did it.
Right, okay. Okay, so we don't have to
We're
do...
here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare
We didn't grab
accordingly before
thermometers.
starting the investigation.
We didn't grab what?
I've written some notes
Oh,
on
no, we have no way to check temperature. Well, if we
I
find...
mean, if it's cold,
we'll see
we're
our
gonna,
breath.
like, yeah, we'll see our breath. We're fine. We're fine. This is fine.
Donald Wilson? I had this ghost before.
I managed to get a copy of the key.
This
I've
is
left
fine.
it on the desk for you.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. You keep saying that. You already lost sanity? How?
What?
I looked over and you were like at 98% for sanity.
Oh, dude, it varies between like the 3 degrees or the
you
3
did a good
percentages
job.
or whatever.
I died.
Okay.
Oh, I think this was the house where they were moving the stuffed animals around a lot for me.
Are you here?
Yes. Oh, you're not asking me.
No, are you in the house?
Yes.
Are you in this house, DJ?
Yes, I am. Now I'm in the
Cool.
garage.
Are you here? No. Okay. What else did I bring? That's useless.
I hope you're all having a great day. Anyone doing anything fun for New Year's at the moment?
Are you here?
I think I might be streaming on New Year's. Otherwise I don't have too much going on. Might hang out with some other people who are streaming.
Shit. Oh.
What happened?
Nothing, it's just you.
Oh, did you just hear the door open and thought something was going on?
DJ?
Yes.
I know where it is.
The ghost? Oh
Oh.
shit, we got 5.
Wait, really?
Yep, we got 5.
Where? Where?
The second I stepped into this doorway.
God damn it.
So we might have a basement ghost. New Year's Eve stream.
I'm still hearing stuff. It's in the kitchen?
Oh, speaking of summoning circles.
No. No.
Wasn't
Wait.
it fun the first time though?
Wait. DJ?
Yes.
I will, but only if we figure out what ghost it is first.
Alright, we can summon it before we leave.
Yes. And then we summon it, and then we just bolt.
Yeah, like don't even waste a second, just leave right away. Like, alright, we summon here, now bye.
Where are you?
Are you okay?
Said behind you.
Maybe it's time to leave the house.
No. It's in the kitchen. Show yourself. Come on, don't
Alright,
be
Mom, I
pussy. Show
appreciate the
yourself.
alert. Hopefully work goes well. New Year's Eve stream other than that. Nope. I'm excited for New Year's Eve stream.
How old are you?
The last time I streamed on New Year's Eve, I got drunk on stream.
How old are you?
That's
He's a very old dude.
that's really creepy.
That is really creepy. So you know, have you? Okay, pick that up. Have you seen that thing? Have you?
What thing? Wait, what?
The spirit box. Have you messed with it before yet? The new one?
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool. The little ghost figure like lit up, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it scared
my
me Sunday when I was messing with it because I asked where the ghost was, and it said right by you, and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking leaving.
Did you
Alright.
touch utensils or did beep beep? Dude, it's
Alright.
microwaving some food.
Are you making popcorn while we're ghost hunting? Really?
I want yes. Wait, I want popcorn. Actually, I don't really like popcorn because then the kernels get like stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, I feel that.
Can we be microwaving some like okay. So chili, right?
Chili.
Yes. But like you microwave it and like it's the day after and then it tastes so much better. Right?
I don't think I've ever had reheated chili before.
What is wrong with you? Oh. Dude, it knocked over the clock.
Wait, what? It knocked over the what? Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's EMF level 3.
See, we got a 5 when we stepped near the kitchen, so...
Dude, I think it's in the garage. Hold on. Where's my... Did I drop my thingy?
Your
Oh.
spirit box, you dropped it on the counter.
Oh. Oh. Are you in here?
Ghost hunting. Scotty! Hey, how
Show
are
yourself.
you? I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. And thank you for the band.
He's here. He's
In-
here.
In the garage? Is he in the
He's
garage?
in the garage. He's a garagees.
What?
He is a car fanatic and died.
After setting up everything in the kitchen? Okay.
You know what? I will unset up everything and put it in the garage. Because that's what I think of your setup.
Wow. Oh, wow.
That is kind of cool. You know, it'd be really weird. So the dots thing, right? Can you see it in person, or do you have to see it on camera?
I think one of my friends said they've seen it in person as well, but I think it depends on the ghost.
Do we have more than one? Did we bring in more than one, or just?
I think we only had one. You can double check the van though.
Oh, I kind of want to see it.
I'm
I
doing
wish
all
that we
right,
could bring
Scotty.
in like 10 or
Boring
15,
slow
so we
day.
could just
That
set
was
up
me
in
at work.
every
I had a
like
boring
nook
slow
and
day at
cranny
work.
of that garage. That'd be great. We don't
Jeez.
have another one.
Oh, my notifications are working again. That scared me. One of my notifications went off on stream and it scared me.
I'm bringing in Jesus.
I appreciate the host, Mom. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, you're gonna yeet Jesus into the garage?
Yes. What the hell?
Did you turn on the lights in the dining room? Are you closing doors?
I just closed that door.
Oh. Okay.
No, I did not.
Oh, hey. I found out. You know, I too like to leave my bones on the dinner table.
Wait. Where's that light switch?
One for
Oh
the
god,
dining
I thought that was like a picture of Hitler for a second.
The thing is, I think that every single time I see that picture.
Where's the light switch for this table?
Was it not over there? Dude, you ran 5 feet. How are you already out of breath? Come on.
It has to be in the garage. Or no, kitchen. Cause like
Is it this? We have 2 of them right here.
oh,
Oh, okay. Yep.
it turned off that light. It turned off the dining room light.
That's our nickname. Call out for that picture. You see?
God, it's moving stuff. Stop it.
Every time
my
I see
God, I
that picture, I'm
can't
always thinking it's the first thing I think of when I see that picture. Hitler. Okay. Okay, we do have cameras. Good. I want to take a picture of that bone on the table. That sounded weird.
What, you left a bone on the table?
Yeah, there's a random bone in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There.
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great.
I still haven't found any fingerprints yet, so.
I'm gonna salt this place. God. Freaking doors. By the way,
Nothing in the spirit
that's a
book yet.
glitch.
Wait, what?
I found a photo frame that is like half in the wall but shouldn't be.
You know, I think it makes the wall stand out more.
Cause it literally is. Okay.
Scotty, what you been up to today?
Huh? 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 Huh?
What's going on?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Did you find something?
Yes. I found a It's walking. It's walking. It's walking. I'm in its
So wait, did it walk through the salt? Oh,
no,
yeah.
but
yes, it did.
yes it did. Sorry. What is this? What?
Huh?
Cool.
That looks like.
Right in the book. Right in the book. Freezing temperatures. Freezing temperatures. Freezing temperatures.
Do we got freezing temperatures? Did you see your breath?
Yes. So we have EMF and freezing temps, right?
Yep. EMF level 5, freezing temperatures. Oh wait, it spoke in the spirit box, didn't it? Oh, we got the twins.
Oh, that's fantastic. What do we?
Let me look up the twins. I never had the twins yet. These ghosts have been reported to mimic each other's actions. They alternate their attacks to confuse their prey.
Well, consider me.
Either twin can be
Confused.
angered and initiate.
Hey DJ.
What's up?
Does this look like a problem? Come here. Come here. Does this look like a problem to you?
Well, the fact that the crucifix already went off? Damn.
Is this a like surely we're fine, right?
Well, they haven't started hunting yet.
Dude, the crucifix has 3 things. It will stop a hunt. It will stop a hunt. So they've already tried to hunt, right?
Weakness.
Right.
The twins will often interact with the environment at the same time, so meaning we can get confused in 2 different rooms.
Right. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
It
I'm
will
leaving.
stop
I'm leaving.
up to
I'm
3
leaving.
hunts?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Good luck. See you later. Have fun to die.
This, one of my friends loves the sound effects you make when you're hunting.
What?
So, according to one of my friends, so they already try hunting, but we already stopped it with the crucifix.
Yeah. Oh, we have to get Santa. Dude, you're right. Scoot. Thank you. Get a ghost. Get a ghost. God damn it. Get a ghost to blow out a candle, and then get an average sanity of below 25.
Well.
Are we doing my strat again?
We don't need the fingerprints anymore. Honestly, we don't really need anything anymore. What else are we missing? Get it to blow out a candle.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you doing that?
Don't think I need a pitcher. Grab that. And I'll grab a lighter. Kind of need a smoke.
They're kind of really active.
Yeah, so it sounds like the twins will either cancel each other out, or one would be more active than the other.
Honestly, if you just put it on that kitchen table, it's gonna.
Oh, did I not need a lighter? Oh my god.
I mean, you probably do. You just did it in your hand. As long as you have it in one of your slots. Hey, can you turn off the dining room light?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the... Oh, am I crouching by accident? That explains that. Oh, they did it for me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. See ya.
What is going on with the light? Does anyone else see that? Or saw that? It looked like freaking like... Okay. So you know like Genie, right?
You're on your own.
Out of, DJ?
I died.
DJ?
So... Did it blow out the candle at least?
Yeah.
Hey, we got all 3 objectives.
So question.
What's up?
Do I YOLO for the content and summon it anyway in the demon circle?
It's going to kill you.
How much did I bring in? Is it worth it? Okay.
Also, make sure you have the twins checked off on your...
I do. I
Okay.
do. So, DJ's chat, right? Do I, or I guess my chat too, because I have people in here now. Do I YOLO it for the views and go back in and summon this thing, or do I save my money? Because we're done. We're objectively done. But like, I kind of want to go summon it.
Oh, so, Scotty.
Do I YOLO this? And
I'm
lose
playing with a
all
friend of
my
mine,
money?
an IRL friend of mine,
Where was the
who
demon
just got
circle?
into streaming.
Was it in the basement?
The summon circle was indeed in the basement. Literally right down the stairs.
Oh.
One of my friends is saying, "Do it for the views."
But save the money? Dude, Moss wants me to save the money.
Mossy wants us to save the money.
Yeah.
I mean, How much stuff did we bring in?
I bought probably like $500 to $600 worth of stuff.
Oh yeah, maybe take some sanity pills too.
I mean, that's not. I mean, it will save me from
The hunt, at least.
initially, but it's.
Oh damn! It took you all the way to 100%. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Over 50%, and you'll avoid the hunt. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. You know what?
We're playing on amateur, Scotty. All right. I'm following you. Maybe I can distract it with my ghost stuff. I don't know. Let me grab this.
Dude, look at your neck.
Like, what's going on with my neck? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, look at your neck. Okay, so.
I'm taking this picture frame of his family? I'll distract him with his family.
Okay, so goals, right? We're gonna light the thing in the basement. We're gonna do the pentagram in the basement. We're gonna bolt up the stairs, and we're gonna hide in the closet with your feet.
I mean, I'm already
Right?
dead. I can't hide anymore.
This is gonna work, and you're gonna support me.
And I
from the
think it's the
afterlife.
closet that got me killed.
We're gonna strategize this, so this is the last one I do, and then we're booking it, right?
Yep. So the second
We
you like
are-
that last one, book it.
Book it, book
Yep.
it, book it, book it, book it. Bro.
Look, I put the
God,
picture
that
frame.
scared me. That scared me for a second.
I put the
If
picture
I'm gonna
frame.
Be completely honest.
I put the picture frame in the middle to distract him with his family. Holy crap! He has a baseball bat. Is this Negan? Did you? Oh damn! You book it. You left.
Is he hunting?
Yep. Turn off your flashlight. He got you, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. He got you.
Oh, my heart. I was so prepared for him to open one of the doors. Dude, he freaking like, okay.
Maybe I would have gone into like one of the bedrooms that has the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably would have been a lot. Oh god, I'm shaking right now.
But think of the views.
It wasn't worth it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I should have listened to Moss and saved my buddy.
Wait, so the twins, what did they look like?
I don't know. Like the guy looked like it was just one guy for me, and he had a baseball bat.
Oh, jeez. Wait, was it the twins?
Oh god, I didn't even double check, to be honest.
No, neither did I.
I got distracted.
Alright, chat, was it the twins? Did you guys see that
Yeah,
before
did
we
someone see that?
stupidly didn't look at it?
Or
Does
did we
anyone
mess?
know?
I wonder. We could have messed up one of the evidence.
I mean, you got EMF level 5. It
Yep.
said stuff in the spirit box.
Yep. And you said you saw your breath.
Yeah, I saw my breath.
So that was the three things.
Yeah, we're good, right?
Yeah.
We be Gucci here.
Was the power on? Yeah, the power was on.
Thermometer.
Yeah, the power. Yeah, we made sure the power was on.
Candle. Crucifixes. Wait,
think.
did it? Why did I have so many crucifixes?
Yeah, so the power was definitely on because we were able to mess with the light switches.
Lighter. Motion sensor. We didn't even use it last time. Salt. Gotta have the salt. Sanity pills. I already have a bunch of them, so whatever. And a strong flashlight.
Scotty, you know I die a lot.
Alright, what house do you want to go to?
What
you know
houses
what?
are available?
You know what?
Do you want to do the campground? Oh, you're doing the high school. I heard they changed the high school recently, so
They did.
yeah. I heard they
Actually,
made I heard they made the map smaller.
So, funny thing, I've actually never played the high school.
Oh, I actually kind of like it.
Really?
Scotty, you have 72K Phas money? What the hell?
That's a lot, dude.
Then again,
Go,
you're also like
Scotty.
over level 1000, I think.
Right, and then there's my measly, what, like 87?
I'm like 22.
Alright, hey, we have to win this round, right?
Yep. We
gotta
did
win.
pretty good that round. It was just the fact that we got tricked by a hunt and then...
All right, we're here. Take a look at
Oh
the
yeah, the
equipment
school
and
still
prepare
looks about the
information
same size to me.
regarding the investigation. I've also written some notes on the whiteboard if you need them.
Donald
I've got nothing
Garcia.
else to report, unfortunately.
This thing's annoying.
Cleanse the area with smudge sticks. I hate that one. Prevent the ghost from hunting with a crucifix and capture a pitcher.
This thing is so big.
Oh yeah, it's a big map.
Alright,
I thought they made it smaller, or maybe that was the asylum they made smaller.
I don't know.
I actually played
Are
yesterday with a
you
friend.
gonna be top floor or bottom floor?
I don't know. I guess I'm a bottom.
Alright, okay. I see how it is. I'll go top.
Alright, I got a flashlight. I got the... I guess I'll take a camera? Okay. You know, for a school, this is very, very killer vibes I get from it.
Yep, just for my sanity. Oh, that doesn't help at all. How do I go upstairs?
There should be stairs near one at the end of the
Oh,
halls.
I got it.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have killed...
Doo-doo-doo.
The newer updates on Phas have killed the... Really? Killed the frames in VR?
That's not creepy.
In like an hour before I got a headache. Raise your right foot, then your... Oh my god.
I'm hearing shit.
You're already
Hold
hearing
up.
stuff?
Hold up.
Oh, hey. I found the gym.
The gym's like right after the center, right?
Where are you? Are you here?
Like it's right there in the front entrance almost.
The gym? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally the first door I walked through.
History of Germany.
Donald Garcia.
Why is there like a slight like
How old are you?
history of like freaking okay.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, the photo of like almost Hitler in the last house. I find a book on the floor up here called The History of Germany. What's going on?
It's just conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
I can't read that. It's a conspiracy.
Where are you?
Well, this class.
You realize this library sucks, right? Like, I've seen better libraries, Ghost. I'm over here insulting the ghost. I probably shouldn't be doing that.
You're what?
I was insulting the ghost in the spirit box.
Oh. Yeah, I keep on forgetting that you're push to talk.
World geography. You know, I've seen better classrooms. I'm just saying.
Well, God, I hope you have.
Oh man, this is a giant. Oh, this must be the cafeteria. Yeah.
Oh. I found like a maintenance closet.
Huh. I'm surprised. I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't seen anything yet.
I have.
I'm wondering.
I'm still exploring, but like I'll
Wait,
geometry.
what was that?
Hmm.
I thought I heard something.
Oh God, I'm
Where
hearing
are you?
Oh, did you?
Are you here? Oh, is that is what you're hearing me?
No. I was like, what am I hearing? And then all of a sudden, I hear your voice, but like that through Discord. I hear it in game, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, probably because I'm talking to the spirit box, so you're probably hearing me talking to the spirit box.
Yeah, I am.
Wait, did you hear that?
Hmm.
Did you?
I just opened a door.
I heard a school bell.
Where?
I walked into, I think, one of the labs. Telephone, second floor. Oh, Scotty, I always forget to close the doors after I walk through them.
Are we supposed to close the doors? Cause I've been leaving mine open.
Oh, it's a good indicator in case, like, you know that if a ghost reopens a door.
Oh. Well, I've done one side, so moving on to the other.
Telephone, second floor. It's back towards the. Oh, so that's what I was hearing. Where are you?
This is like a
How
lab
old are
area.
you?
Reminds me of like my high school biology class.
Donald, why are you such a horrible ghost? Donald is not feeling very talkative right now.
What?
The ghost, Donald Garcia.
Donald Garcia.
Also, the telephone is where the ghost is. Oh, so telephone's up in the second floor then, so if that's what I heard, it'll be upstairs.
Wait, you heard a telephone?
Yeah, that ringing I heard wasn't the school bell, it was the telephone apparently.
I didn't hear it.
Where's the stairs? Oh, found them.
I didn't hear anything, so. Oh, God. Wait,
Oh, hey, I
Wait.
see you.
wait, I heard it. I heard it.
You heard the ringing?
I heard the telephone.
So it might be ground floor right side. Yeah, I was on the ground floor, Scotty. Okay, gotta go back downstairs then. Okay. You know, I was expecting more activity in this giant building. So far, I haven't really found too much.
Well, we also haven't been in the ghost room yet, so.
True.
Or at least
50
I haven't.
seconds until a hunt? Oh, shit. Man, I really wish my guy could run faster.
Which way are you?
I just went back
Oh.
downstairs.
I see you.
Oh, yeah, hello.
Hello.
Is this the phone? Oh, yeah. This
Wait.
is the phone.
God, no, wait. Did you hear it?
Yep, I'm looking at the phone right now.
Okay. Let me just tempy up this place.
Cosplay, hello! How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the second I walked in here, I heard it raining. Where are you?
I'm hearing you twice, man. This is creepy.
Are you here?
I'm gonna go grab more stuff.
Donald Garcia, are you here?
Are you kidding me? It was right by the front door. This is bull. Oh, dude, that's sick.
You were hearing both the phones ringing.
Hey,
Oh,
DJ.
I am having a good day, Cosplay. I hope you're having a good day as well.
Did you happen to pick up any crucifixes?
Nope. Nope, I thought you did.
Great. This is gonna be
Who needs them? Who needs Jesus? I mean...
Bro.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna die?
We're gonna die. And I will laugh when we die.
Well, that's not very nice. That's not very nice.
Alright, so you claim it's this room.
That's where I heard the raining. And the second I walked in there, it rained again. So either like the ghost is trying to order pizza or something. I don't know. And now I want pizza. Alright, let me set up this camera.
Are you here?
Yeah, I just got here.
No, shut up. Are you here? Show yourself. There's so many books on the
can't
floor,
set
I'm gonna
it.
forget which one is ours.
Alright,
Show
let's
yourself.
do this. Oop. I don't.
That's so cool.
Broke up with the guy years. Oh my god, dog. And hope you're lucky and check the doors for fingies to try and narrow down the room. Yeah, I gotta
like
pick up
100%
the.
that it's that room.
I'm about to go grab a couple more things. I'm going to look for fingerprints and stuff to see if he's been in there recently.
Okay. Cause like, I haven't heard Jack Diddley squat in that room.
Do I have UV? I don't think I have UV. We did not grab up any UV light, did we? I don't think so. Oh,
Beep, beep.
you could cleanse the area near the ghost using smudge sticks. That might give us something. That
we
way.
have 2 smudge sticks, so we could test that room.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could test that
certainly
room.
do that. Dude, it's not this room.
It's not.
No, where's that ringing coming from?
Was the raining not from this room?
No, it wasn't.
Maybe it's upstairs then. Maybe we're hearing it from another floor.
Oh, God, DJ.
What?
Uh.
Left side, ground floor. Okay, let's go to the left side of the building then. Oh, shit. I'm hearing it.
Show yourself.
This is one. It could be this one.
That's the gymnasium.
Left side
There's also
hallway.
there's also a phone here. Show yourself. I don't have anything to like.
It's moving.
No, it's not moving. Don't say that. Please don't say that. We also have this,
Did you close the... Did you open the door or close the door recent?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
did. Show yourself.
Oh, jeez. That was you.
Show yourself. Hey, yeah, fun tip, by the way. Every single room has a telephone.
Look, you know, I don't pay attention in school.
Show yourself.
Donald Garcia, where are you?
Oh my god, you're saying its name.
Donald, are you in the bathroom? I'm coming in.
You're gonna anger it. Dude, let the man pee.
No. No one
Let
shall
him
pee in peace. No one shall pee in peace. Not even Donald Garcia.
Donald. Donald Garcia. Donald. I'm gonna go and actually grab something of use and not a book and a
Donald,
motion
where
sensor.
are you? Donald Garcia. Are you peeing? Are you in the bathroom?
Ugh.
What was that?
No, I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Where did I... Oh, there it is. No, go away.
Well, it doesn't look like he uses the bathroom, so... I thought I opened up the last stall. What are you talking about? Let me look. Yeah, I did. It's open. I opened up all of them. It was already open? Oh. Now that makes me worried.
Okay. DJ,
What's up?
is that your phone, IRL?
The one that's vibrating?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, thank you.
It's not even that close to my mic, to be honest.
I can hear it. The lowest I'm getting here is 12,
means
which
the
is not
ghost
anywhere
did it,
close, but I
But he
haven't
didn't
got
open the door
that
in the
low in
bathroom,
a
so it means
bit,
the ghost
so...
radius is... Oh, I didn't even think about that, Scotty.
Hmm.
One of the bathroom stalls was already open, but I wasn't the one who opened it.
I got a 9 in here.
A 9? Is it Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius. Which is not... Did you just die?
Yeah, I tried to hide in one of the bathroom stalls. So I take back about the whole thing of barging in on people in the bathrooms, and yeah. Did you leave? Did you did you leave? Why did you?
Shh. Everything will be fine.
Well, I have a good idea where he is now.
Good. Good for you.
Did you end the game? I die and you just take off?
Dude, we did not find. We didn't even find the room of that ghost.
It was a spirit.
Well, you know, whatever. It's. And.
I die and then you'll leave my
Hey,
body?
The high school? Yeah, that was a bad idea.
This is why no one really likes doing the school in the asylum.
That was a bad idea.
All
We
right.
will do good ideas from here on out, right?
I mean, this is me we're talking about. I don't do...
Maybe. DJ.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh god, this Christmas music.
School is good when you have like a group of 4 people, Scotty. That way you have everyone like in each corner and floor. With 2 people, it's just trying to narrow it down to one area.
Yeah. Yeah, so those crucifixes, right?
I picked up 1 crucifix, I think.
Oh, I just bought 2. I didn't select a job. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I did. It just doesn't. Okay, whatever. We're good.
All right, so we're doing Edgefield now.
Mm.
All right, I think after this one, we should do the campground.
Oh God.
We got this. We got this. Who doesn't like a lovely night out at the campground?
I'm not bringing anything into that round.
Plus, it has a fun Easter egg I like in that level.
Oh really?
Yeah, if you go to one of the docks, you find a hockey mask floating in the lake,
Ooh.
which is which I thought was cool. It's like, hey, this is Camp Crystal Lake. It is, but I think it's really fun. It does lag a bit though. When I was playing it, even off stream, it was lagging a bit. But all right, so we have to complete this one.
Yes.
We have to.
Because we haven't survived one yet.
We did narrow it down in one of them, but then we wanted to mess with the circle.
Yeah. I couldn't say no. I had to, and then I made the dumb decision of hiding in a closet.
Yeah, those closets are really difficult to hide in. It's usually best to find like a good room that you can close the door.
Yeah. Hey, you didn't say Jack Dilly squat about me hiding in a closet, so...
Get set up before
Did
investigating.
you not bring a strong
And
flashlight?
remember to check the whiteboard for help.
I thought I did.
Here seems to be
God,
linked to a
maybe I
certain
forgot to add it.
object. Go and take a closer look.
You know
That's
what?
fine. I'll take a
There
week
you go.
one.
Investigation.
No. Give. Thank you. Oh, this sucks. Okay. We're fine.
All right, so we're looking for a
Everything is fine.
Robert Williams.
Wait.
It's fun to glitch under the
I want
map and look
that.
at people's behind.
I managed to get a copy.
Oh my God,
Can you
Scotty.
grab
I've
the
left it on the
key
desk for you.
that's right behind you?
Yep, got it.
Oh, I love this house.
I'll
Alright, so
grab,
the house I like is in
ammo.
Cali. Got it.
Did you grab a EMF
Yes.
and a thermal?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take the spare box.
I think this house also has a 3-door lock. Oh, hello, bunny.
I don't think I think I played in this map once.
I think the master bedroom is a 3-door.
You know,
Oh, you know what
I've
I
yet to
wanna
find
find?
a Ouija board.
A Ouija board.
I say it weird, I know. Because every time I want to say it, I always attempted to say Luigi.
Luigi.
Oh, thanks for the lurk, Scotty. Oh no, Scotty, you are always allowed to backseat. You're a pro at this game. I die a lot. Found the basement.
Good for you. I can hear you going down the basement stairs.
What's that? Did you?
Hmm?
I heard something.
Oh God. Alright.
Wait.
I don't remember what the voodoo doll does, but I have found a voodoo doll.
You found one of the cursed objects?
I have found a voodoo doll.
I've never interacted with one of the cursed objects before. I know last Sunday, one of my friends found the tarot deck.
Tarot deck? Oh, tarot cards?
Yeah, that were cursed, and they like will tell you what room the ghost is in.
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you down here? Are you here?
I have not found anything yet in terms of like
Oh,
temperature.
so with the voodoo doll, you have to find a pin and stick it in it.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
Screw this ghost.
Thank
I'm
you,
finding a
Maddie. I never found the voodoo doll before, so I didn't know what to do with it.
pin. Screw that stuff. I'm finding a pin. Where did I... Voodoo
And there's
doll, come here.
probably a room somewhere that has a pin.
Oh!
You good? Are
I'm
you?
carrying a voodoo doll.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh. Already? What?
Oh.
What the fuck was that? What?
Jay,
I think it's done.
DJ,
It's done.
I touched the voodoo doll and it started hunting.
You must have. Okay, so what one of my friends in chat was saying is the second you pick it up, you stick a pin into it right away.
Oh, thanks, chat. Thank you.
Oh no, our DJ, he's broken.
Oh my god, you could. Wait, could you. DJ?
What's up?
Oh, wow, I didn't.
What's up?
I wonder if this is a corner that you can hide in first. Second, there was a pile of bones on the bed. I didn't know it was a pile of bones and I picked it up by accident so we can't get a photo. And third,
Oh, damn.
the voodoo doll's in the freaking closet. I'm not picking it up.
Well, I'm not picking it up.
But seriously, could you, like, hide from the ghost here?
Probably. I hid in the corner in the living room and I managed to get away.
Huh.
I heard her come from upstairs though, so she's or him is definitely up here.
Oh, well,
Also, that breathing was very uncomfortable and I never want to hear that again.
Who's breathing?
The ghost.
So question,
What's
is our
up?
sanity low or is it just, did it hunt?
So, I have a feeling the second you pick up a cursed object, it was... Why is the door locked? Why is the door... Okay, we're good. We're good.
You scared me for a second?
So... You are very low. I think
Wait,
you
you
were...
living in this house all alone?
What? I thought you were following me.
No.
So, I think the second you picked up the cursed object, it triggered your sanity to go instantly low, which is what caused the hunt.
Jeez. Dude, I really know how to screw up these.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the camera. And I'm gonna take a picture of the...
fine. I'm gonna take a sanity pill.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of the cursed object and...
Yeah, we're fine now. Holy crap, I didn't even realize it was hunting until you, like, made a funny noise and then, like, was quiet. I didn't realize what was, like, going on.
You
for a
should have
second.
seen me on my stream. My chat was poking fun at me because I'm, like, mouthing the words "what the fuck" over and over again. Yeah, so the cursed objects are all super powerful, but super detrimental as well.
That's fun.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take a picture of this little voodoo doll. You pose.
Wait, can I post your photo?
What?
You didn't let me pose in your photo.
Are you here?
Dude, it's not in this room. I would have died because I hid in this closet.
Where are you? It was worth a shot. It's definitely upstairs somewhere.
I've checked all the rooms. I don't know.
Where are you?
So, DJ's chat. We can find a pin.
Oh no, basically the second you pick it up, you're allowed to put a pin in it right away.
Oh, so... Okay, so when I picked it up, originally it didn't do anything. And then I was like, it was in my hand, and I was closing or opening a closet door, and I heard like, not the door opening, but like something else. Did I
Where are
accidentally put a
you?
pin in it? Cause that would have been funny.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to pick it up.
Dope.
I'm going to pick it up.
Did you do it?
Why can't I pick it up? Oh, there we go.
You have to make sure that you have an empty slot. And then once you have an empty slot, then you can pick it up.
I'm putting pins in it randomly. Also, give me 1 second. Hello with the raid, Cakey Bear.
Pins in it and it's not hunting?
Thank you so much for the raid. How is everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And
But
I don't think any of my mods are available right
creepy.
now, but thank you so much for that. Oh, you were playing Phasmophobia as well.
hee.
How was your game of Phasmophobia? We died
Crap.
a lot so
When you
far.
live next to a really loud road.
Of course. We always happy to get hype up and support everyone. And thank you for the follow. IBL. I might be butchering this. Sorry, I got a raid in my.
Shut up.
And Cakey Bear, thank you for the follow as well. I think we're being hunted right now. Gray Teddy Bear, thank you for the follow as well. I would be a mod, but I'm not giving up my VIP. I was thinking about making you a mod too. But thank you all so much for the follows and for the raid. I greatly appreciate everyone stopping by. I think the hunt's done.
Dude, I can't hear anything but this freaking. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I think I put all the
Oh.
pins in here right now, but I don't know what it did. Oh, So I think I know what happens when I put all the pins in the voodoo doll. Oh.
Oh my god, my face hurts. When you were gone, because you got raided, right?
Yeah, I got raided, so I was.
When you were gone, I was like, oh, dude, he's freaking gone, and he put all those pins in. And then, so I walk over to you, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stand here until he gets back. And then all of us, because I was in the closet too, it starts hunting, and I'm like, oh crap, he's not back yet. So I close the doors. And then you get back, and you immediately start talking. I'm like, dude, shut up. God, that was funny. Oh. Have a member of your team witness a ghost event. How have we not completed that?
Okay.
How?
Alright, I'm back. Oh my god, Mom, you subscribed? You don't have to. Sorry about that, guys. It got really intense there for a moment.
I will always subscribe to you, my son.
Love it, love it.
Um.
Alright, so I'm never touching a voodoo doll ever again. I'm done.
Hey, I touched it first. Let's see.
Oh, Justine, I died. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's kinda dead. I don't know where this ghost is.
But I'm going pretty good. How are you, Justine?
I really don't know.
I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, I died again. I did. That was the first cursed object I think I messed with. I've seen them before, but I never
Did you
done
check
it.
all of downstairs?
I checked the basement and I checked most of the rooms, I think, except for the kitchen and the bathroom over here. I'm gonna pick something up. I'm gonna pick up a plate.
You do that. You have fun doing that. Oh crap, it's a garage ghost.
I was in the garage though, and it didn't. Oh, that was not me.
Yep, it's a garage ghost. It's EMF level 5.
Oh, it's level 5?
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go get more stuff because you died and I'm alone.
I'm a mod and I don't smell except for the weed. I'm not
I
high right
appreciate
now.
that, sir.
Wait, what happened?
You dying?
Look, I wanted to put the pins in all the voodoo doll.
I didn't realize that you could do that more than like once.
Oh yeah, if you kept pressing the action button, they would just keep going in until there's no more needles.
That's so weird.
We messed with the summoning circle earlier, Justine, and and one of us did not survive the summoning circle. That's what happened.
Whoa, sir. Son, throwing some shade there, son.
Wait,
Don't appreciate the shade, son.
Dogface, if there's pancakes,
Okay.
did you make enough pancakes for everyone?
I will survive this. Can't.
So far we have EMF 5. Okay, how I died and that wasn't me witnessing a ghost event? That's annoying.
Yeah.
That's annoying. I'm a little offended. The ghost didn't even look at me when it killed me.
Very offended for you.
I think we're going to be finishing up soon, Justine.
Yeah.
Because I think one of us has to go to work. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, that is what I thought. I just got home from work not too long ago, so. I'll take waffles instead. Okay, I'm pancakes over waffles. I'm sorry.
Do it again. Wait. Do it again. Come here. Are you in the garage?
What's going on?
It just blew out the candle in the most best way possible.
In the best way possible?
Dude, wait! The twins! It wasn't the twins because it blew out the candle.
Do the...
In that one house, and then we thought
Oh!
we knew what it was. It blew out the candle.
Yeah.
I saw that on the camera. I saw it on the camera. It blew out the candle, so it wasn't the twins, so we were wrong, so we didn't get any money.
Oh,
for
so
that.
it wasn't the twins we had that
No.
time.
It was not. And I
That's
still
right,
believe-
hold on. The twins mimic other... Okay, yeah, they mimic stuff.
How easiest way to witness a ghost event?
No, just my natural...
What do you think it is?
At the moment, it's hard to tell. Like, it hasn't really interacted with any electronics, so it's not a poltergeist.
Um.
I'm trying to
Oh,
think.
I guess we also don't know what it is yet, so I
No,
gotta keep
we
going.
only had one evidence at the moment. Yeah, I'll be down to play Phasmo with you sometime, Justine.
Stop it.
What did
Stop
I do?
messing with the door.
I didn't.
Not you.
Oh.
Where'd you die again?
I died upstairs in that closet.
Did you have the... Oh, the spirit box is upstairs.
Yeah, the spirit box was on the bed, remember, because you were getting frustrated earlier.
me frustrated? No. Is there anything else I need up here? Nah.
Okay. She said twins and now I have PTSD. Oh my god. I hope everyone's having an amazing evening, morning, night.
Are you here?
I appreciate you all hanging out with me right now.
Show yourself.
It's my first time streaming Phasmophobia.
How old are you?
See, my game's lagging a bit right now. I'm wondering why.
Nope.
Hopefully it's not too bad lagging.
It wrote
If
in
it does
the
start to
book
get bad, let me know.
about me running away from it, and it looks creepy, and I'm running.
You saw something?
It wrote in the book. Look what it wrote in the book. Dude, that's creepy!
Oh, it wrote in a book?
Yeah! It wrote in the book.
It's a little laggy.
It's a
I'm wondering
spirit,
why.
shade, or myling. Alright. Spirit.
It was not doing anything earlier.
Very common ghosts. They
Let me
are
close
very
some stuff
powerful, but passive, only acting when they need to. They defend their
Make sure I'm not
place of
using too much
death.
internet right now.
Spirit contemplate. Stop by.
I apologize for the
smudge
lag.
sticks near them.
It wouldn't be a stream if I
What
didn't
else
have
did I
any sort of
say?
technical issues.
Shade. Shade is
A shade
much harder to
is
find.
usually the hardest ghost to find in this game.
Yeah. They will not enter the hunt if multiple people are here. Well, that doesn't help me because I'm alone.
Ghost would not enter hunt.
Finally.
So it can't be the shade, because then again, maybe the hunt was triggered because of the voodoo doll, but we were together.
No, the voodoo doll just decreases your sanity, so it wouldn't affect the hunting.
So it can't be the shade. Or
Known to be quiet while hunting. Was it quiet while it was hunting?
oh no, I heard it. I heard it.
Oh, okay, so it's a spirit then.
Spirit would be the most common of ghosts. They are normally passive, only attacking when they need to. A spirit can
So-
temporarily stop by burning smudge sticks near them.
There's a problem. In order for it to be the spirit, I need the spirit box.
Well, the
And I
spirit-
just... No, I just tried it and it didn't work.
maybe we didn't get the spirit box in the right room.
I just tried it in the garage. A shade is freezing temperatures. I can go back in there and look to see. Oh, I'm gonna bring this though.
What's the myling?
Hey, can you go in the truck for a second?
I am in the truck.
Oh, okay. I need you. What is the activity like right now?
Nothing.
Okay, tell me when it starts doing stuff and I'll do a smudge stick.
Okay.
Actually, I can keep that with me.
Myling. A myling is known to be quieter when hunting. Mylings are more frequent making paranormal sounds.
Are you here?
They are rumored to be quiet when they're hunting, so maybe it could be a myling.
Show yourself.
Your sanity's pretty high up, so I don't think we're
Okay,
gonna get a
this
hunt.
thing is not a spirit.
Yeah, your sanity is at 72, so you should be good for a bit.
What's the myling one? Myling is fingerprints, which I haven't checked for yet.
We got
God damn it.
one fingerprints one.
We do?
Oh no, I mean like the flashlight, the fingerprints
Oh, okay.
flashlight. UV light? I swear I know my stuff, people. I am not a pro at this game.
And it's been touching stuff. Like,
What is
it's
everyone
been
thinking about
touching-
dinner? I'm thinking about.
And I'm
thinking
not
I might
seeing
have
anything.
Pizza after this.
Ooh. I have a fried rice, a shrimp fried rice, but it's like frozen, and I get to cook it, and it's so good.
I love fried rice so much.
Same.
I used to make my own type of fried rice all the time in my Instant Pot.
I don't think it is whatever.
So the
The-
fingerprints come and go. They have like a set time limit for how long they will last there.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, I have. I learned this last time because 1 second we were looking at something, and the next second the fingerprints would be there, and a little bit later, the fingerprints will be gone.
All right, what's the activity like right now?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, cool.
You get. Oh, hey, we got activity. Chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes. Yo, great teddy bear. Are you inviting everyone? Because that sounds delicious.
It did. You bastard.
Yeah. The second you screamed, there was activity spiked.
Okay, so it's not. Hold on. I'm going outside to solve this. Hold on. I don't want to solve this.
That does sound good. I really want some chicken fried steak now.
More. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, your sanity's at 65.
So fingerprints are still in play. Spirit box is out of play, so it's not a spirit. The shade was.
Oh, hey.
Freezing. What?
Went up to a 4.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that.
We need to start using the sensors in the house. That way, when we're not in there, we can see what room is making stuff in. Like the sound sensor and. Oh yeah, he went quiet now. Now he wants to throw a party and we're not even in there.
Okay. It's not a spirit.
It's not a spirit.
It's not a spirit, so it is not spirit box.
Spirit box. I like how we can cross up stuff on evidence now.
Yeah, so shade is ghost writing and freezing temperatures. I was in there a lot. I wasn't seeing my breath. I believe that it is a myling.
Alright. The thing is, mylings are rumored to be quiet, and all I was hearing when he was hunting was just him breathing really weird.
Well, that could be him just being quiet.
Yeah.
Like, because the other ones, the other ghosts, they're like crying or doing other stuff, so.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
that was all I
think
was
it's
hearing. So I want to go with myling as well, because shade is the hardest one, and I don't think we got the shade.
Well, shade is what again?
Shade, I think, was the freezing
temperatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in there way too long. That round was going way too long for it to be freezing temperatures. So.
Yeah, we would have detected something a while ago.
Just checking my evidence, myling, and bada bing, bada boom.
Ooh. Gotta hope we're right.
Me too.
I want some sort of money even though I'm dead.
Yeah. On the harder rounds, yep, we were right.
Myling?
Yep.
I'm still loading.
Oh.
Hey, okay, yeah, my $82? What the hell? I need to get better insurance.
Didn't get a single ghost event.
True. Which is, I think, the only events we really had was with the voodoo doll.
Yeah. You mean us being idiots with the voodoo doll?
I wanted to play with the voodoo doll.
Alright, I have a little bit more time. I'm not bringing anything in.
Alright.
Let's do this freaking campsite.
Alright, let me grab some stuff. I want to have. I want to be able to have a couple of things.
Oh wait, I want a strong flashlight. Add.
Oh, I don't have enough for the strong flashlight. Damn.
Okay.
Who else likes this Christmas music?
Oh, I turned mine off.
You can turn it off?
Oh my god, come to the lobby. Come to the lobby. Come
What?
Here. Come here.
Oh my god, that makes that so much better. Oh my
Click
god.
the radio. Click.
I did. I turned it off. Ooh, I like that.
Just left click the radio.
Okay. I did.
Did you do it?
Yep. Hey, you want to open up this locker right here?
DJ?
What? What's up?
Did you left click the radio?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. The end of Christmas music.
Hey, you want to open up this locker right here?
Okay.
Oh, open up that locker.
Why do you do this to me?
What the hell happened? What did you do? What? What's going on? What happened?
Oh. No.
What?
No.
What?
No. No.
What? Your head is through the locker for me, by the way.
No.
There we go. What happened? What?
Go to the door.
Jesus fuck! I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Chat, how have you guys not told him to do that yet?
One of them just did. When I was asking you what was up, one of them told me to look at the door.
Oh my god. So I kind of knew that was a thing, but I didn't realize it was going to be so loud. Oh god.
You know what?
Ready up.
You know what? I understand that you had to get revenge. Okay.
Well, dude, I suffered.
So, you know, you had to suffer too.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
Oh, dude, of course.
Almost made me jump out of my freaking chair.
Oh god. You know what's gonna make us jump even more?
What?
So, DJ and I, we both have this game, right, called In Silence.
Gremlin in the rafters? I did not know that was a thing.
We probably will be playing it soon, right?
Oh,
DJ?
okay. Yeah, I forgot
Right?
about that.
Right, DJ?
We'll have to play that soon. I've been told about In Silence by several friends already. And I know it's kind of like a group game.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
So I'll have to see if some of my other friends want to play that game with us.
Oh, dude.
Take a look
I
at the
w-
equipment and prepare
I was like, wait,
accordingly
where's our
before
stuff?
starting
And I'm like,
the
oh,
investigation.
right. I'm just
So
dying here.
this is the map for the campsite right here.
I've got nothing else to
Dude, it's so
report,
colorful.
unfortunately.
Yep. It's large too.
Oh, you could see your dots?
Yep.
Wait, could you always do that?
Oh yeah, you always could.
Right.
Alright, so we're looking
Um,
for a Steven Thompson.
Okay.
We have witness a ghost event, stop with a crucifix, and take a picture.
We have cameras. And it's snowing. Oh my god, it's snowing.
Yep. And there are snowballs and snowmen, camp games, and so forth. Ooh, wow,
Ooh.
my game is lagging super hard in this area right now.
DJ?
What's up?
DJ?
Oh, we forgot the key. There we go.
That's super creaky.
Yeah, wouldn't it be a campground without some, you know. Alright. Ooh, yeah, my game's lagging a bit. Yeah, so, are you throwing a snowball at me? So where you want to investigate first? The campsite, the cabin in the woods, or...
There's a cabin in the woods.
Yep.
This is sick.
Yeah, I like this area, but it's also really, like, it's really tough. Oh yeah, my game's lagging. I'm going towards the cabin in the woods. Where are you? Let me try something for a quick moment. Alright. Okay, we'll see if that helps me. Where are you?
Nowhere.
Are you? Wait, are you hiding? Where are you? Oh, I see you in the tent with your arm sticking out the out of the side.
God damn it.
Alright. This is the direction towards the cabin.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Okay, there we go. After I messed with my game settings, my game's not lagging as much now. And this is where you can find Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th Easter egg.
Can you jump in?
No.
Aw. There's bubbles.
Yeah, because he just resurfaced up. When you walk up there, there's nothing, and then the mask floats up.
That's cool.
Alright.
Sorry, let me in. Do we have to get keys for this place?
Oh, I think we had to find
Oh.
the keys for that one. Yeah, I think we have to find keys, or maybe you have to open up the door a different way.
Well, you go have fun with that. I'm already in the house.
Oh, you already got in?
No, I didn't.
Alright.
Oh my god, there's a telescope in here too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on this map that you can interact with, really. Like, this is probably their biggest map. Next to
Oh,
the
really?
asylum, I want to say. And maybe the school.
Did you... Oh, that's awkward.
I'm not picking up anything on the EMF right now.
Nail shampoo? Oh, that's not... That's... hair shampoo? I don't think any bottle is labeled hair shampoo. It's just shampoo.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just normally shampoo.
What else are you gonna shampoo?
I mean, there's dog shampoo.
Well, right, but you don't call it hair shampoo, hair shampoo.
Yeah.
You call it shampoo. Also, how does this toilet function?
I'm not going to try and figure that out.
It doesn't... Is this the... No, that can't be, right? So, like... The sink works. Can't flush the toilet, though. Can I, like... Is it glitched? Oh, well. You know what?
Oop.
Dude, it's in the house.
Oh, wait, it's in the house?
Unless you just did that.
I'm not in the house.
Ah,
My game's frozen right now.
ah.
I appreciate you stopping by,
Dude,
Dogface.
it's in the house! Freezing temperatures.
I hope you have a great rest of your day if I don't see you later. What's going on?
Freezing temperatures.
Oh, you got freezing
I love
temperatures?
You're just like off talking with your chat, and then I'm over here like, it's in the house!
Oh, didn't you hear me? I said my game was frozen.
Oh, dude. Also, who lofts like this? Like, right after the stairs. You could be sleeping, and you could have like people over, and they're like, yo, dude, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're sleeping.
Alright, there we
Who
go.
lofts like this?
Now my game is running super smooth now. That's what I wanted. That is like... Yeah, now that you point that out, what the hell?
Yeah, like... And you make this the bathroom? Seriously? Like, just have the bathroom downstairs and make this the master bedroom.
So if it's in the house, I'm not picking anything up on the EMF.
It's in the house, because I got freezing temperatures. Although I'm not getting it now, because I can't see my breath, but... Ugh.
Oh, it was through
Hello?
your breath?
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm an idiot. Which is, you know... very, very likely.
Oh, we got dirty water. That's nice.
Oh, so... No, that's just water.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, maybe it was just the lighting. I was looking at it.
Dude, that's just water. You know, it might be like Flint, Michigan water, but it's just water.
I mean, I'm not from Michigan, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, no, there. I'll tell you about it later.
They have lots of tomato soup. We got canned steak. Steak in the can? What? Sausage and beans. I'm sorry, steak in a can though?
Dude, it's totally in the house. Are you,
What's up?
do you have anything?
I'm not picking anything about the EMF. I do have a camera on me.
Can I have the EMF?
Yeah, sure. I'll go back to the van and grab something else. I'll go stop at the van, see if I can pick up something else.
Dude, this house has a phone.
What could possibly go wrong?
Jeez. Many things can go
What?
wrong. Many things. Chat scared me for a moment.
Is there lights in this house?
Oh, no worries at all, Cakey Bear. I
there a way I
appreciate
can
you
turn on
stopping by
lights?
and that you're back. Also, what
Is there-
snack do we have?
Anything else to this house?
That's basically everything in the house. There was some activity earlier. I don't think we're gonna need that camera. I'm gonna pick up the spirit box.
Beer.
You found beer?
Found beer.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with beer. I mean, it depends on the kind of beer, though, we have. Like, is it the cheap kind, or, like, are we talking about good beer?
It looks like the cheap kind, honestly.
Oh. Where are you? Stephen Thomas, where are you?
I could go bowling?
Are you here?
Strike! I got a strike!
You got a strike?
I'm so good at this game.
I mean, someone has to be. I'm not.
Dude, you think I am?
I mean, you're a level higher than me.
That does not mean anything.
I mean,
Can I turn on the oven? Can I blow up this house?
Applebee's for dinner? I don't have an
Can
Applebee's
we
in my
just
town
solve
anymore.
the problems by blowing up this house?
Okay, let's try to find some evidence before we blow the house up.
No. I found pickles. That's evidence.
I mean, wait. Is that you? Are you playing with the piano?
I didn't know I could do this.
Oh my god. Well, I came back to find a shiny sword. Yo, I want a shiny sword.
Lay.
Can play some Resident Evil 7, find some old cassette tapes and watch some scary scenes. Actually, I did not know you can play with the piano.
Neither did I.
Where are you?
How do you turn on the lights in this place? Like,
Are you
seriously.
here? Why do you suck so much?
Press. What? What'd you say?
I asked the ghost why I suck so much.
Because it has to deal with us, so it has to dumb itself.
I meant like in my mod sword. Oh, you mean, yes. I made you a mod when you were gone.
Oh, dude, I can't pick up the baseball bat.
And now I want Applebee's. I haven't had
Dude,
Applebee's.
what idiot in their right mind would be hunting, right? See a baseball bat and not pick it up.
Do you watch horror films?
You know, I'm trying not to fit that whole like image. I I'm really trying not to.
I mean, every horror film I've seen, they never grab any weapons. I'm not finding anything in that cabin.
Neither am I.
Wait, did I hear the piano again?
I don't know, dude. You go look. I'm gonna just try and find where I think the generator is. Ha. Got it.
You got it?
You can turn on lights now.
Oh, maybe the freezing temperatures then was because we didn't have the heat on in the cabin.
I mean, that happens?
Also, you can open up all the tents too. Every tent can be opened and investigated. Your communist fair. Have you
Lie
seen?
to me?
You should be able to. Okay, not every tent. I guess I was wrong. What? What?
It just scared me. It's fine.
Oh, you want to play some horseshoes, some hacky sacks? We got basketballs. Why do we have basketballs?
Oh, dude, we have like everything that we could possibly ever want.
Yes, this is the new map they
Phasmophobia
put
map.
in the game.
I
This is the
wanna go
campground.
back to the house.
Can you?
How do
Oh.
I get back to the house?
So you had to go back around.
Where? Am I
Are
going the
you
right way?
here? Where are you?
Eh. Oh, what was that?
Where are you? Where are you?
Dude, it's in the house.
Did you turn these on?
Take me to the house.
Did you turn these on?
Yes.
I'm still mad Thicky was a turd when I played this for the first time and we were on this map. Oh my god, were you? Mom, we gotta play this game sometime. It's really fun. On Halloween, Michael's sister picks up a weapon. True, she does. Actually, there's several horror films
red
where they
light?
do.
Is that a camera? That is a camera.
I didn't bring a camera here.
No, it's a...
Oh, a security camera.
Yeah. Show yourself. Are you here?
His name is Steven Thompson.
Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson. Thompson Stephen. Show yourself, coward. I hate you. Show yourself.
You did it to me.
Yeah. But when I did it, you didn't know that was a thing, so it was a lot funnier. Dude, it's been messing with stuff here. Show yourself.
Where are you?
I'll leave the house. You... Actually, does this count?
Steven, are you here?
Do, like, spirit box, say where are you a lot, and see what happens.
Where the fuck are you? Come on, man, show yourself. Steven. Oh, Steven. Are you here,
So what
Steven?
up, guys? I'm just waiting on this little balcony. My own Juliet balcony.
Stinky Steven, where are you?
You know, it's cold out. Eh,
Steven, are you here?
I can see my breath out here.
I can see your flashlight from outside.
Well, yeah, I'm outside.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
I can see my breath.
How old are you? Ooh, apologize for that.
I'm confused.
I'm not getting anything from him.
Where are you?
Steven,
Show
where are
yourself.
you?
Show yourself. Show yourself.
Might not be a spirit box ghost.
Yeah, well, we didn't bring anything else in. But this is a cool place. Like, the campground's cool. I'm glad that we were able to look at it.
69.
Nope, it's 420. Anyway. I...
No, I was reading a random comment in my chat.
Oh no, I corrected the comment. It's fine.
No, I like this. I like this map, but it's really difficult to ever find anything here. Like,
Yeah.
because there's so much to look at.
What is our sanity? Can we die soon? Holy crap, dude, we're at 32 average.
Oh, we should be getting a hunt soon then.
Dude, we should have been hunted like ages ago. I don't know what's going on. Unless we have been hunted and we're just idiots.
And we didn't even notice.
It's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting.
Oh, I'm not seeing
It's hunting.
anything.
It's hunting, it's hunting. It just closed the doors. The gates? It just
Oh.
closed the gates.
It is in the house. The lights are blinking like crazy in there.
That doesn't mean...
Oh shit, maybe he's by the... I hear him.
I don't see anything. Then again, I don't really have a good vantage point. I hear him. Is it still hunting?
I don't hear him anymore.
It's still hunting. Oh no, it's done.
Okay. I heard him the second I got closer over here. So he must
Dude,
be...
as soon as like we were like, oh, it's like it should have hunted a while ago. Like, what is going on? It just
The ghost is probably like, I have been, man. Where are you guys?
I kind of want to see the gates just close again. That was weird because like I heard it, I was like, oh, it's hunting.
Where are you?
This is a okay.
Where are
I'm gonna
you?
Call it. Just kidding. What I would have called it, it's not.
Are you here?
This is like a really quiet.
Why is this snowman so sad?
I know what it is. It's a shade. How much do you want to bet?
But seriously, why is there a sad snowman? I don't know. I'm not...
Oh. Hey DJ. Hey DJ.
Yeah? Yeah?
Good luck.
No,
Good luck.
no, you are not leaving me. Let me in.
Ghost. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
Steven Thompson.
Steven Thompson. Steven Thompson. Steven Thompson. Steven Thompson.
What? No,
Steven
no,
Thompson.
no,
Steven
no.
Thompson. Steven Thompson.
No.
Steven Thompson. Steven Thompson. Steven Thompson.
Oh my god, I see him.
Wait, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I can't see him.
He was right in front of me. And he's super skinny. I'm done.
All right, it's a shade. I'm calling it.
I saw him over by the...
So he was in the house.
He was walking towards here, but that was it.
Damn. All right, let's get out of here.
You're
Shade.
calling it? You're going with shade?
Well, no, I also have to leave soon. I don't wanna
Okay,
be-
yeah, I was looking at the time, yeah.
All right, sir. Wait, hold on. I want to see what it is.
Yeah, were we even close or were we super far off?
I was right. Haha.
Wait, was it a shade?
It was a shade.
What? The hardest one to ever find? No wonder we weren't
Yeah.
getting anything.
And I guessed it on a whim. Let's go.
We didn't get any events. There was only 2 hunts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were in there for like
a long time.
Welcome back.
All right.
Jobs for you.
I'm gonna...
Sir.
Oh. Do.
It was nice playing with ya.
Oh yeah, I was
Are
happy
we
to stream with
chit-chatting
you.
after the stream goes, or?
Yeah, I was just about to close my stream quick and do a raid.
Because that's up to you, bud.
Yeah, I was just gonna mute for a moment and then I was gonna do the closeout. Oop, yeah, I was gonna do the closeout and I was gonna mute for a moment.
Okay. I'm gonna mute too and do mine then.
All right. Oop, okay, there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. We're gonna be calling it a night. My friend needs to get to work, and I need to have some dinner. But we're gonna be doing a raid before we head on out. So we'll see who is online that we can raid. Oh, I know exactly who we can raid. We have a friend of mine who is playing The Witcher, the first game, Hans Edition. So we're gonna go on and raid Shrimp Chew. If you guys want to hang out with the raid, say hi, hit a follow or stuff. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but you will catch me Thursday. We'll be continuing Inside or Lost in Random. We'll see how I'm feeling. But thank you all again for hanging out with me. Thank you, Keiki Bear, for the raid again. I was so happy that you brought your community over and so forth, and I hope to see you guys again. So with that, I'll be back next time.